Never felt so bored, I get high just to fall again. I confess in my
This device lets you listen to the electromagnetic fields around you. It's similar to one of those EMF readers that you see ghost hunters use, but instead of lights flashing up on a meter, you're hearing the actual audio produced by the electromagnetic field.
New member coming to meeting tonight. Collation, entrance, new member. Meeting started. Meeting over.
I put a GoPro on my lathe and spun it at 4,000 RPM. Watch what it looks like from the GoPro. Okay guys, this thing's really gonna spin. Here we go, I'm gonna turn it on. All right, so that's the slowest spin rate on the lathe. Let's turn it up. Here we go. It's gonna go really fast. That was cool.
I'm going to show you how to make the perfect fake blood in a blender. That's right, not your blender, your friend's blender. Start with the blender, and I like to start with cranberry juice. So a little bit of cranberry juice in here, that's good. Now while it's red, it's not red enough, so food coloring. Where people miss out is they don't put enough food coloring in, so this is about an ounce of food coloring. You can see how much I'm using. Now by itself, it's not going to make great fake blood. That doesn't look blood-like. So here are the secrets. First of all, some high fructose corn syrup there, about that much. A little bit of chocolate syrup, that's going to dampen that color. And then we like to put in cornstarch. That's good, makes it so it's not as transparent. And the last part is cocoa. Look at that. Cocoa is the secret. Mix up each time, mix it around. Look at this. You are going to have perfect fake blood. Hello.
When you search up TikTok ban on Google, this is the first thing that comes up. TikTok CEO grilled by skeptical lawmakers. If you watched a second of the congressional hearing, you would know that the TikTok CEO was not grilled. In fact, he was the one grilling Congress. But right now, every news station is spreading this blatant lie. And for some reason, they're all specifically using the word grilled in their headlines. But this isn't the first time the news has done this.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
The sharing of biased
based in
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Wake up, it's in front of your face. The same company that owns Facebook, owns Instagram, pays off politicians, and also owns the news. This isn't some conspiracy theory. The information is literally all over the internet. Look up who owns these companies. You think Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook? Wait till you figure out that he literally only owns 13% of it. If you were educated, you would know this, but you've been programmed to believe certain things. You've been told half-truths, and it's called deception. You are a slave to the system, but you're told that you live in a free country. Because if you knew you were a slave, you would rebel, so why would they tell you? Instead, they own the media, they own the news, they own everything with the priority of keeping you distracted. I'm not even in favor of TikTok, but you need to wake up to the reality of the situation.
Okay, so I kind of hesitated to make this video because, like most Roma, we're taught that we're not supposed to share stories, traditions, recipes, things like that with non-Roma or Gaje. But since I've developed more of a social media presence, I've met a whole lot of Roma who, like me, were kicked out of their family for being a member of the LGBT community. And so I kind of really wanted to share some of these stories and traditions with them, because it does suck to not have that connection and struggle whenever you're missing an intense part of your culture. This is a pretty common gypsy story regarding the forger of the nails that were used to crucify Jesus. So 2 Roman soldiers were given an 80 coin to acquire 4 nails to crucify Yeshua ben Miriam, who is Jesus. The 2 Roman soldiers spend about 40 at the local tavern, at which point it starts getting late, so they go across the street to the nearest blacksmith, who's an old Jewish man, and they request 4 nails to crucify Yeshua ben Miriam, at which point he refuses and they kill him. So at this point, the 2 Roman soldiers go a little bit further down the street to the next blacksmith, who's also a young Jewish man. They demand that he make 4 nails for them. He tells them that they don't have enough money. They tell him that it's under rule of the emperor and he doesn't really have a choice. So he prepares to make these nails. And at which point they tell him that he should be proud that he's making the nails to crucify Yeshua ben Miriam, at which point he refuses. He absolutely won't make the nails, and of course they kill him too. At this point, it's getting very late, they're getting very frustrated. They come upon an old gypsy man who is sitting outside of his tent with his anvil, waiting to make some nails. And so they pay him the 40 coin, he starts making nails, and after they have made the 3rd nail, he then is told that they'll be used to crucify Yeshua ben Miriam. So he proceeds to make the 4th nail, and whenever the 4th nail is finished, he's waiting for it to cool down. It's still red hot. He starts pouring water on it, and the fire won't quench. And as you can imagine, this kind of creeps him out, so he packs his stuff up and leaves. But everywhere he goes, this red hot nail follows him. And the story is that the nail follows all of the descendants of the man who forged the nails to crucify Yeshua ben Miriam, and that's why he was only crucified with 3 nails.